Where I find myself weak is on the front end of the negotiation. Those first talks. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, and again, this is to both of you. Is that first sort of setting the tone for what the negotiation? Because sometimes
I want to hear Roy's.
I just want to clarify something.
I've got the answer for you, Jared. And we talk about this all the time. Is preparation.
Okay.
How much work did you do beforehand?
Right. Before
sitting down to understand what the other party is looking for, to understand some background. There's a whole list of things that we talk about in terms of preparation for negotiation, including establishing your boundaries. What's and Rory referred to it. What's the end goal from your perspective? What would you picture as a win-win?
Yeah.
And just talking about this is really good, because most people they do their job and okay, I've got to meet with so-and-so on Friday and we'll negotiate then. You asked about examples, and I remember one project in particular where the client said, often in these large projects, the negotiation goes on for months. And there's a lot of nickel and diming, and it's a draining process. But this client was very interesting. They said, we're going to book a room at a hotel in between our two offices, which I thought was very interesting. Meeting halfway, literally.
Yeah.
And we're going to spend 2 days on it. And Roy, we want you there, and we want your VP. We want the two top guys there. And by the end of the second day, we want to sign a contract. And we did it. And I remember at one point, the guy I was negotiating with, one of the guys, because they had two guys there. And he goes, don't get me wrong, I'm not the cheapest guy in the world. And I said to him, don't sell yourself short. And so we had a good rapport. And then, at the end of the first day, we have dinner, we chat, and we ended up with what I felt was a really interesting, innovative win-win contract.
So were they almost having...
That doesn't usually happen.
They were almost having fun setting up the negotiation, because it kind of outlined like what they wanted to get done in those 2 days, it sounds like.
I think both parties had prepared for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going in, it was I think a $300 million job, so it's a big job. And I don't want to say pressure. It was kind of refreshing for someone to say, after 2 days, we're going to sign a contract.
Right.
Instead of this dragging out. And so the people that could sign it were there from both parties.
Yeah.
So let's get her done.
A question I have then, so they obviously had talked to your company and others, and they were selecting your company. So
we had made a detailed proposal, had gone back and forth on some details of it, but the back and forth was from a technical perspective, not a commercial.
Okay.
So what if you did it this way, and what's in scope and what's out? Just clarifying everything.
That wasn't price involved. That was technical involved.
Understanding what's involved in the price.
Yeah.
How much risk is included in the numbers you gave, what kind of contingency, what is in and what isn't. We don't want any surprises.
Right.
So all of that work beforehand was done to enable us to go through the commercial.
How long does it take to prepare that technical part of it? Like, is it months beforehand for prep?
Yeah.